Can a World Cup dream end before it even starts? What if three champions are placed in one group? Who survives the group of death? Is the draw more dangerous than the opponent? Which group ended a football dynasty in just 3 matches? Imagine you're a footballer, you've trained your entire life, you've qualified for the World Cup, and then the draw happens. And in a single moment, the dream turns into a nightmare. You're not just playing one strong team, you're playing 3 of them. Back to back, no margin for error, 1 slip, 1 missed penalty, 1 defensive lapse, and you're on a plane home. This is the group of death. It's not a myth, it's not a media exaggeration. It's one of the most brutal, unforgiving realities in all of sport. And today, we're breaking down the toughest groups in World Cup history, ranked and analyzed, so you understand exactly what football's greatest champions feared most. The FIFA World Cup group stage sounds simple enough on paper. 4 teams, 6 matches, top 2 advance. But the draw, that moment of pure chance, can hand a world champion a death sentence before a single ball is kicked. The term group of death has been part of football vocabulary since the 1950s. It describes a group where the number of elite teams far exceeds the number of available qualifying spots, where giants are forced to eliminate each other, where defending champions can be sent packing before the knockout rounds even begin. But which group in World Cup history truly earned that title? To understand the group of death, you have to understand how the tournament evolved. From 1954 through 1978, when the World Cup featured just 16 teams, the average ELO rating of the toughest group was staggering. It was equivalent to a team ranked 11th in today's world, 1 spot above Norway, 2 above Germany. Elimination was almost certain for someone truly special. When FIFA expanded to 24 teams in 1982, the lethality of the group stage dropped. And again in 1998, when the tournament grew to 32 teams, groups became more manageable, but not always forgiving. Now, with the 2026 World Cup expanding to 48 teams, many analysts argue the group of death as a concept may be dying. But before we bury it, let's revisit the groups that defined it, the contenders for the greatest groups of death ever. 1. The statistical champion, 1962 World Cup, Group 3, pure, concentrated, elite. If you go purely by ELO ratings, the most mathematically rigorous measure, this is the toughest group in history. It featured Brazil, Czechoslovakia, Spain, and Mexico. As if to validate the math, Brazil and Czechoslovakia both topped the group, and then met each other in the final, where Brazil won 3-1. 2. The modern era's greatest, 2014 World Cup, Group B. For the modern era, no group comes close to this infamy. By ELO ratings, this was the 4th toughest group in history, featuring 2nd-ranked Spain and 5th-ranked Netherlands. Consider what was in this group: the defending champions, the previous finalists seeking revenge, and a Chile side that played the most aggressive football on the planet. The group produced drama from the first whistle. The Netherlands demolished Spain 5-1, the biggest ever defeat for a defending World Cup champion. Before Chile eliminated Spain with a 2-0 win, sending the reigning champions home before the knockout rounds had even begun. Spain became the 5th defending champion to exit early. 3 teams that could have won the tournament, only 2 could advance. That is the group of death at its most savage. 3. The emotionally charged, 2002 World Cup, Group F. Title candidates England and Argentina drawn together. Drawn alongside Sweden and Nigeria, this group proved genuinely menacing. Sweden, against all expectations, claimed first place with a win and 2 draws. It was England who snuck through, edging Argentina on goal difference in one of the group stage's most dramatic finales. 1 ticket, 2 giants, working exactly as advertised. 4. The forgotten gem, 1978 World Cup, Group 1, Italy, Hungary, Argentina, and a Michel Platini-inspired France. 4 nations with pedigree, 4 nations with expectations, and only 2 ways out. This was a concentration of power rarely seen since. What makes a group truly deadly isn't just the number of strong teams, it's the concentration relative to available spots. Of the 128 different groups across World Cup history, 9 of the 10 toughest occurred before 1980. The math is simple. With only 16 teams, elite nations had nowhere to hide. Modern expansion has diluted the danger, but dilution isn't elimination. Look at Group 1 in 2026, France, Senegal, and Erling Haaland's Norway. Analysts call it a genuine elimination trap for title favorites. The group of death is evolving, not disappearing. The group of death matters because football is not always fair. it is not always the best team that wins the World Cup. Sometimes the best team goes home early, simply because the draw placed three equally elite nations in the same four-team bracket. Spain in 2014 didn't suddenly become a bad team, but the draw gave them a Netherlands seeking revenge and a Chile team built to break them. That is the brutal, beautiful truth of football's greatest tournament. The draw can build legends, and the draw can end dynasties. So, what is the toughest group in World Cup history? By the numbers, it's 1962's Group 3, a statistical graveyard. By cultural impact, it's 2014's Group B, where reigning champions were eliminated by rivals just as great as they were. The Group of Death isn't a spectacle, it's a reminder that in football, greatness is never guaranteed, that the draw can be crueler than any opponent, and that sometimes the hardest part of winning the World Cup isn't the final, it's surviving the group. If you want to understand World Cup history, follow the groups nobody wanted to be in.